Hello and welcome. This is TFL and we are casting the best of 5 set between Toblerone and Terminus from the Sunbros No Crates 1v1 tournament. The rules of the tournament are that you're not allowed to send any resource crates. And I'm racing through this intro because I'm very excited to introduce the Civ matchup here, because we have got a battle between two livestock loving civs. We have got Ethiopia for Terminus in this purple colour down here on the south side of the painted desert. And as the explorers race around to pick up as many of these cattle as possible, we have got Haude for Toblerone on the north side in blue of this map. And Haude sending the Discovery Traveller out to help them snag as many of these starting cattle as possible. Now, I think there are something like 6 or 7 cows available on this map, so we'll try and do a little roll call. I can certainly see 2 coming in for Ethiopia. Obviously, if you're not aware, the Ethiopian, as an African civ, can sell cattle to get a percentage of their value in wood or coin from the livestock market. They can also fatten cattle from the start of the game thanks to said livestock market. That fraction can get very high. They also get an influence income from their cattle, which is extremely valuable. Well, it's extremely small, but influence is extremely valuable. I'm seeing 2 cows in for Haude. There's still 3 left on the map though, so looks like Ethiopia potentially going to win this 3-2. Also got Trinity coming in for Ethiopia. Of course, Ethiopia are a little bit hindered by the no crates rule more than normal because they can't send any influence crates in either, which can be a really awkward restriction because influence is harder to get than all the other resources. You can't trade for it at the market in particular. Aben coming out now. Interesting to see whether we're going to have an early wood trade to get the wood for that Aben to put down a mountain monastery. Looks like the Aben is going pretty far. Maybe going looking for some more of the cows. Actually, we see Ethiopia sneaking out and picking up a cow right on the opponent's side there. That is very cheeky. Interesting to see whether that cow will make it home. So much to follow in Age 1 on a painted desert game between 2 livestock loving civs. I think that's 3 cows there for Haude. I think there's 2 out on the map for Ethiopia and 3 at home, so it could potentially be a 5-3 win for Ethiopia if they manage to get these 2 home. Although the Haude chief is right in the right place. Will he move? No, I don't think he's going to move in time. So I think that cow's getting... Oh, this is high tension stuff. You know, you can keep your treaty game 200 pop armies smashing into each other. I want to see 2 cows try and sneak past the Haude war chief. Haude, Toblerone, what are they actually playing? What's their deck? Well, they've got absolutely loads of H2 cards. They've got villager cards. We've got Town Destroyer, which is always an exciting threat. And we've got the 6, 7, and 6 infantry units. And Fort Kenya are an option. I'm guessing based on that age up time, they went up with the messenger. They get a traveller that they're turning into a war hut in a very aggressive position, and it looks like we're going to see some classic Haude age 2 rushing here. Ethiopia, now this seems pretty greedy to me. They have finally put down a mountain monastery fairly far away from the base, so that could potentially be threatened. I wonder if they've seen this war hut. They absolutely have, thanks to that mountain monastery. That's really, really useful. Going to be opening up with 6 showtells immediately upon arrival in H2. I'll note that they sent Trinity twice, so they effectively got 4-ish villagers, because an Aben is maybe 2 villagers. Maybe that's a bit generous. 3.5 to 4 villagers times 2 extra already, which is kind of like interesting. I see a couple of build orders that do it for Ethiopia, and I'm kind of on the fence as to whether I like it a lot, but I think in this context it's really a good idea because you need some early momentum of some kind to deal with what's coming out here, which is 4 Kanye Horse, and is that 5 Tomahawks up here on the flank. The Shotills are popped. They can't go near the Tomahawks, but they're going to try and chase down those Kanye, who promptly run away. The Tomahawks near just basically messing around, getting picked off by the TC and fighting the Explorer. Shotills are now feeling brave enough to go in on the Tomahawks, who, with their numbers just depleted a little bit, decide not to take the fight. So this is pretty good for Ethiopia because they're fighting this like upstream counter-wise, but they've got the numbers to do a good job. Warchief getting off the crack shot there, which is pretty good value for that special ability. Shofar War is forced back now, and the cavalry come in for a second go, but there's a batch of Gascania waiting for them in the town centre, so really nice timing on that defence from Ethiopia. We're now seeing 10 Desert Archers coming in. That is 500 gold, so that is a big investment in that shipment. Really wants to see all the Kanye Horsemen dead before those arrive for maximum impact. But the Gascania are caught up. Fighting the Tomahawks. No, they're not. They've spotted it and they've switched over to the Kanye. Little bit of inefficiency with the town centre there. Took a big shot. Let me just pause. The town centre took a big shot, 81 damage or maybe 90 against a Kanye that was pretty much dead and about to get killed by the Gascania. But I think Ethiopia will still be very happy with this to just have 2 Kanye left, and they've still got all 5 of their Gascania. So that's their defense against cavalry for these Desert Archers who are about to come in, and everything else the Desert Archers can pretty happily take on. The Tomahawks, and I imagine AN shipments will be arriving next. Haudenosaunee massed up, here we go to, let's check it, 7 Tomahawks and 7 ANers, but 10 Desert Archers and a handful of Gascania is more than enough to see them away, and you know, this is quite... It's getting a bit concerning now for Haudenosaunee because they put so much into this rush. For a while it was okay because they were sort of trading badly in terms of like numbers, but they still had counters going for them. But now it's become very apparent that they're sort of not consistently getting into this town centre. The granary has moved all these bison into a safe position. And so, you know, what is this achieving? The Haudenosaunee units just keep on running in and out and getting, achieving nothing and getting picked off by the defensive units from Ethiopia. Really good textbook lesson here in how to respond to a rush. I think that 10 Desert Archers shipment was a fantastic shipment. I wonder if that was always in the plan, as we now see a couple of Haudenosaunee villagers who were too ambitious hunting in a forward position got killed. I don't know why they were there. Definitely wasn't a good idea. Yes, little moment to breathe, a little pause in the action. We see another skirmish going on here. This is not a good fight for Haudenosaunee at all, and I'm starting to think that this may be somewhat of a desperate play. Maybe Toblerone just didn't have a plan B ready for what they were going to do if this rush didn't work out. But yeah, now we see the all the Aena get finished off by the Desert Archers. Gascania also getting involved, but they're emboldened by the numbers advantage and coming right in underneath this war hut, and I'm sure they're going to feel confident enough in a moment to, as a very sad batch of 2 Tomahawks pop out, confident enough to take on that war hut, but they don't need to because the GG is called. And that takes the series situation to, I believe, a 2-0 in favour of Terminus. Terminus winning with Russia on the previous map and getting the win here with Ethiopia on Painted Desert. What to say about this game? Absolutely great defending from Ethiopia. I think that 10 Desert Archers shipment was the kind of the play of the game. The MVP, whatever you want to call it. In terms of Haudenosaunee, I think they put out this rush. It's a textbook rush. It's pretty good. I note that they never actually built a farm to consolidate on those cows, which is a bit sad to see. I was really expecting that. But it looks like they have eaten the cows, which is good for momentum. Really don't know why they lost these 2 villages up here. That seemed like a bit of a blunder. But I think their biggest problem was after this rush. Initial rush had been defended. They didn't drop back to any sort of plan B. They could have tried to sort of screen around and harass a bit more, making the Ethiopian defensive units move about. They could have fallen back and tried to build up a superior like late age 2 mass or gone for an age 3. But I think just, yeah, slamming into these skirmishes that took place between the war hut and the town centre, I think there were 3 or 4 of them, they all went badly, and they just, they just lost all their units because of that, and that was pretty much the game. So a nice quick game 2 there, and it does mean that Terminus is 2 up, so the next game is effectively match point the next game, but we will see you for that next game here on the channel, and for now, GG.